Hello folks, good Friday, happy Friday to you all. Yes, this video here I will be responding to question of the week 37. So, if you haven't seen this video, this question, as usual, I'll post this video as a response to it. And then you guys can make a response or whatever you would like to do. So here, what I'm going to do is read the question and then answer it. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so this question is regarding mixing up languages. So I got another question about language learning. I've been thinking about this for a while, and you haven't talked about this problem in your videos as far as I remember. What do you do to not confuse the languages you already know, and especially those which are similar? Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, and Czech, etc. And this question was posed by our friend Irena from Russia. So, um, I think this can happen to pretty much everyone. Even if you're like I would say, if you have two languages that you're strong in, it may not happen very often, but you may find that some vocabulary or grammar may slip into the other language. Um, it's happened to me quite a few times, and I think in order to fix this, you will have to well, I should say, like, if it's happening very, very often, then you have to spend more time with the language, using that language. You need more exposure. So, like I said, it can happen to anyone. If you're very strong in the language, it could still happen, but it won't happen very often. But if you're a beginner, let's say Spanish, Portuguese, it's going to happen very often. And in my experience, it's happened a lot. Actually, last year, I was learning Spanish and Portuguese at the same time, Brazilian Portuguese, that is. And I found that I was mixing things up really, really bad. It was really, really, really bad and frustrating. So I had to drop the language and just focus on Spanish until I get stronger in that language. I definitely want to learn Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, but I think it will be ideal for me to stick with Spanish for a while. Um, I'm pretty confident, pretty comfortable in Spanish now, but I still want to wait a little longer before I start on Portuguese. So, my advice, if you're just starting off learning two languages that are similar, Spanish, Portuguese, um, what is it, Indonesian, Malaysian, whatever, but those are almost the same languages. Um, you may want to just wait, just learn one until you get to a good level. You feel very, very comfortable in it, and then start on the other. So this is what I did in the past. Now, some other languages, well, you mentioned Russian and Czech here. I've studied Russian and Czech, and when I started with Czech, I didn't have that problem, like mixing Russian for some reason. Like, to me, Czech is like a totally different language. I mean, sure, you do have some similarities, um, with grammar and some vocabulary, but I think Czech, at least to me, it's a totally different language. It's Slavic. It's a Slavic language, but it's totally different from Russian. So I didn't have this problem mixing up Russian grammar, Russian words. Maybe sometimes, just maybe. Well, I don't know. I don't remember. I don't even remember having this problem sometimes. But yeah, I didn't have that problem with the Russian and Czech. So Spanish, Portuguese, most definitely, and I had a problem with Japanese and Korean a long time ago. I was mixing because I had more experience with Japanese than Korean. So when I tried to speak Korean, a lot of Japanese was coming in. I was like, wait a minute, did I just use Japanese? Wow. But again, at the time, I didn't have much experience with the Korean language, so it was, I don't know, it was a little sloppy, and not the good sloppy either. So that's basically what I do to avoid this confusion, mixing up languages. If I find that they're too similar, I won't study them at the same time. I just won't do it. I will just wait, focus on one, and wait till I get strong, and then start on the other. So that is it. That is my response. Hope I said everything I wanted to say. Mm, yes, I think I did. So, like I said, if you guys haven't seen this video, or this is your first time seeing this question, Feel free to make a response, giving your advice, what you would do in the situation. Otherwise, thanks for viewing. And if you guys have any questions, let me know. And until next time, until the next question, take care and have a happy weekend.